Hello, my name is Giovanni Devanzo, and my argumentative speech is on why colleges should implement mandatory mental health education programs for all students. I'd like you to imagine a first-year student named Emily. She enters college excited, motivated, and full of potential. But within weeks, she's balancing exams, financial stress, social pressure, and homesickness, and a part-time job. She begins losing sleep, isolating herself, and feeling overwhelmed. But she doesn't know what to call what she's feeling or how to cope. She doesn't seek help, not because she doesn't want to, because no one ever taught her how. Emily's story is the story of millions of college students today. According to the American College Health Association, over 60% of college students reported overwhelming anxiety in the past year. And nearly 40% reported feeling so depressed it was difficult to function. Yet most colleges do not require any mental health education. Students receive mandatory training for alcohol safety, sexual assault prevention, plagiarism, and fire safety, but nothing that teaches them how to manage the mental health challenges that determine whether they'll survive college, succeed, or drop out. Colleges should implement mandatory mental health education programs for all students because mental health literacy reduces crisis and suicide. It improves academic performance and retention, and it creates a healthier, more supportive campus environment that reduces stigma and strengthens community safety. Let's begin with the first major reason this policy is necessary. First, if college implement mandatory mental health education, students' mental health crisis and suicide rates will decrease. Crisis and rising, and students lack tools to help themselves. According to the CDC reports, suicide is the second leading cause of death of individuals ages 15 through 24. The Healthy Mind study found over 60% of college students meet criteria for at least one mental health condition, yet most receive no treatment. Counseling centers remain overwhelmed. Students wait weeks for help, so they often reach crisis before support arrives. These statistics repeat across institutions nationwide, allowing us to inductively conclude that mental health struggles in college are widespread, predictable, and preventable, but prevention is not currently happening. The solution: mental health education prevents crisis before it happens. Mandatory mental health education would teach students how to recognize early symptoms in themselves and others, provide coping strategies to manage stress before it becomes too severe, increase early help-seeking behavior. According to NAMI, students trained in mental health literacy are twice as likely to seek help early, reducing the need for hospitalization or emergency interventions. A meta-analysis by Rager, Glancy, and Pitts found that even short educational programs reduce stress by 25%. Mandatory education is not about therapy in a classroom, it's about prevention. If we can reduce crisis, we can save lives. Beyond safety, this policy also affects academic success. Second, if mental health education becomes mandatory, academic performance and retention will improve. First, education equips students with skills needed to succeed academically and personally. Mental health education teaches skills that directly support academic success, such as emotional regulation, time management, and coping with stress. Therefore, mandatory mental health education increases student success. Students with untreated mental health conditions are twice as likely to drop out, according to Healthy Minds Network. The American Psychology Association found that improving student mental health directly increases GPA, productivity, and class attendance. Yale University's Science of Wellbeing course, one of the most popular courses in the world, showed that when students learn mental health and resilience strategies, overall well-being and academic satisfaction increases dramatically. If colleges truly care about academic excellence and graduation rates, they must prioritize mental health education with the same seriousness as academic subjects. Now that we've seen the individual benefits, let's look at the community-wide impact. Mandatory mental health education strengthens campus culture, reduces stigma, and increases safety for everyone. Many students enter college without emotional support system. Mandatory education ensures every student receives foundational knowledge. Mental health education promotes stigma reduction. Students learn mental health is real, common, and treatable. Peer awareness. Students can recognize warning signs in roommates or classmates. Inclusive support systems. Mental health becomes a shared responsibility, not an individual struggle. UCLA reported that after implementing mental health literacy modules for first-year students, stigma significantly decreased and peer support increased. Students began checking on one another, reporting concerns earlier, and using campus resources. A strong campus mental health culture means fewer students suffer in silence. Of course, not everyone agrees with this policy, so let's address the most common objections. First, mental health education should be optional. Students can seek help if they need it. Optional programs fail the most vulnerable. The students who need help the most are often least likely to seek it due to fear, stigma, and lack of awareness. Making education optional widens the gap. Mandatory education ensures no student is left behind. Number 2, students are already overwhelmed. Another requirement adds stress. A 60 to 90 minute module reduces stress, not increases it. Mental health education is a solution to academic pressure. Teaching coping skills reduce stress long term. Brief educations now prevent semesters of suffering later. And number 3, mental health is personal. Schools shouldn't interfere. Colleges are already mandate other personal safety educations. Students must complete required modules for alcohol awareness, sexual assault prevention, and plagiarism. Mental health is a safety issue too, and ignoring it is more harmful. In short, these objections fail because they misunderstood and propose a mandatory education to protect students and support success, not to burden them. This policy is realistic, practical, and inexpensive. Colleges could implement it in 3 phases. Phase 1, first year orientation training. A mandatory 60 to 90 minute online mental health literacy module similar to existing Title IX training. Phase 2, curriculum interrogation. A short mental health unit and first year seminar. Courses taught by trained faculty or counseling staff. And phase 3, continuing education and campus culture. The module mirrors successful programs already used at UCLA, Yale, and the University of Michigan. Let's return to Emily from the beginning. Imagine if she learned coping skills, stress management tools, and how to seek help. Imagine if her peers recognized her struggling early and knew how to check in. Imagine if college didn't just prepare students academically, but emotionally. Today I argued that college should adopt mandatory mental health education for all students because, first, it reduces mental health crisis and suicide. Second, it improves academic success, retention, and student performance. Third, it creates safer, more supportive campuses for everyone. College is supposed to prepare us for life, but emotional health is life. If we can teach students algebra, we can teach them how to take care of their minds. Mental health education is not extra. It is essential, it is life-saving, and it should be mandatory. Finally, if colleges care about student success, safety, and futures, they must act now. The cost of inaction is measured in suffering, crisis, and lives lost. The benefit of action is generation of resilient, educated, mentally strong graduates. Mental health education is not just a program, it is a lifetime. Let's require it. Thank you.